Good morning. Thank you all for tuning in this morning to the first ever Crime Stoppers digital press conference. This is the first of its kind in the state of Florida, and one we hope can bring justice to the family of Julia Vegas, who was unfortunately murdered back in 1999, coming up on 25 years. My name is Chase Robinson. I'm the Executive Director of First Coast Crime Stoppers. We're a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing a way for citizens of the First Coast, Duval, Nassau, Clay, Baker, Bradford, and Union counties to report information to law enforcement safely, securely, and anonymously, and be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. And we want to implore those watching that this conference is designed to provide information and the tools necessary to take a stroll down memory lane back to the Springfield area of Jacksonville. And now I would like to introduce who's behind me, as well as who is off camera as well. Behind me, we have family, loved ones, and supporters of Julia Vegas who have been by her side since 1999 and have come from far to be here with you all today to share their emotions and how much that Miss Vegas meant to them. Also off camera, we have CEO and Executive Director of Project Cold Case, Ryan Bachman, who has been an instrumental piece in bringing together the family and First Coast Crime Stoppers, and this wouldn't be possible without him. With that, I would like to go into some case information about Julia Vernice Vegas. And on your screen, you'll see a lovely photo of her. She was 39 years old, she was a Hispanic female, and was born November 3rd, 1960. And as we will come to learn, she was found unfortunately stabbed to death in a shed located at 1438 Hubbard Street in the Springfield area of Jacksonville, Florida. On the screen now, you can see an image of what the home looks like today. This house is original construction and dates back to 1918. Unfortunately, we do not believe that the shed where her body was found is still present. However, despite minor cosmetic changes to the house itself, the bones remain the same. So we implore those to either take a stroll down to Hubbard Street, take a look at these pictures and see if it looks familiar. If you remember bodies coming to and from this house, maybe individuals that frequented here often. Anything that could help law enforcement pinpoint who was at this location at the time of Ms. Vegas's death can be pivotable in bringing justice to this family. I now want to take you to some aerial footage of the Jacksonville area from 1999. And to orient yourself here, if you're from the Jacksonville area, the red dot on your screen is where her body was found on Hubbard Street. Located just to the right of the orange circle, you will see Main Street. And to orient yourself as well, going to the top of your screen is south, and the bottom of your screen is north, with downtown Jacksonville located at the top of your screen. Since 1999, this area has stayed mostly residential. As you can see from this updated satellite imagery, which is from March of 2025, it's still mostly residential, with the homes remaining early construction back to the early 1900s. So you can see Hubbard Street is located just off of Main Street, with most of the neighborhood still intact. So I implore you, if you used to live in this area back in the late 1990s, even early 2000s, to look at this imagery and see maybe if you used to live in a home here. Maybe you had a friend that lived here. Maybe you saw something that day that might ring a bell that you could give information to law enforcement. So I truly implore you to use this information to help out law enforcement, to help this family, and give any information to First Coast Crime Stoppers anonymously. So now, for the most important part of this press conference, I would like to introduce some members of the Vegas family who would like to say a few words. So first, I would like to invite Vernice and Elizabeth up to the podium, who are going to give a statement in English, followed by Bernice, who is going to give the same statement, but in Spanish. So please, ladies.
Hello, my name is Vernice, and I write this on behalf of my entire family. With an open heart, in 1999, my mother, Julia Vernice Vegas, was murdered in Jacksonville, Florida. She was 39 years old. More than 2 decades have passed, and her case remains unsolved. We have no answers, no justice, but we do have a family that has never stopped searching, remembering, and loving my mother. My mother was a joyful woman with a radiant smile that lit up every room. She was a mother of 3 children, me, my brother, and sister, who had to grow up without making new memories with her. She was also a sister, a daughter, and a dear friend. Her life was full of light, and it was taken from us too soon.
Our family is not seeking revenge. We are seeking truth. That is why we are asking for the public's help. We believe someone out there may know something. Even the smallest detail, a memory, a conversation, something that didn't seem important at the time, could make a difference today. If you have information about my mother's murder, please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-8477. Calls can be made anonymously. My mother deserves justice. My siblings and I deserve answers. Please help us ensure that her story is not forgotten. The silence has gone on for far too long. With respect, pain, and hope, the family of Julia Vernice Vegas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mi nombre es Bernice y este mensaje va dirigido a la comunidad hispana de aquí de Jacksonville. Este mensaje es de parte de la familia de Julia Vegas, mi hermana. En 1999, mi hermana Julia Bernice fue asesinada en esta ciudad de una manera horrenda. Desde entonces han pasado más de 2 décadas y este caso continúa sin resolverse. No hay respuestas, no hay justicia, pero sí lo que hay es una familia que no deja de buscar y recordar y llamar a Julia. Necesitamos respuestas. Julia era una mujer alegre, con una sonrisa contagiosa que iluminaba cualquier ambiente. Era madre de 3 hijos que han tenido que crecer sin poder hacer recuerdos nuevos con ella. Era también hermana, hija, amiga, una vida llena de luz, apagada injustamente. Nuestra familia no busca venganza, sino conocer la verdad. Por eso hoy pedimos ayuda al público, a ti que conoces algo. Sabemos que alguien en algún lugar puede tener información, por mínima que parezca, para nosotros no es pequeña. Necesitamos información que nos ayude a entender qué ocurrió. Un recuerdo, una conversación, algo que en su momento no pareció importante podría marcar la diferencia hoy. Si usted sabe algo sobre el asesinato de Julia, por favor comuníquese con Crime Stoppers al 1-866-845-8477. Las llamadas pueden hacerse de forma anónima. Julia merece justicia. Sus hijos merecen respuestas. Ayúdenos a que su historia no quede en el olvido. El silencio ya ha durado demasiado. Con respeto, dolor y esperanza de que alguien pueda ayudarnos, la familia de Julia Vegas.
Thank all of you for those words. I want to encourage the public to listen to the words of the family, to listen to their emotions, to really open up your heart and help out in any way that you can. There is no such thing as an insignificant tip or insignificant information, which is why we implore you, if you know anything about the murder of Julia Vegas, please contact Crime Stoppers. And I would like to walk you through how you can submit safe and secure tips to our program anonymously. First, we pay out rewards for any crime, any place, any time. In this specific case, 1999 in the Springfield area of Jacksonville, Florida. Julia Vegas. Listen to her name. Let it stir your heart. Your identity is protected. What you say to Crime Stoppers will never be released. It is protected by Florida statutes, and you will remain anonymous. Thirdly, every tip is eligible for a cash reward. If the information that you provide in this case leads to an arrest, not conviction, arrest, you will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000 with no conversations, no ID. The information you provide to Crime Stoppers will constantly be updated. You must reach out to our office via our website, mobile app, or by phone to check the status of your tip to see if you will be eligible for a reward. And finally, picking up a reward would never be easier. We give you instructions with a reward code. You never have to provide an ID, have no face-to-face interactions, no questions, no conversations. You walk away with up to $3,000 in your pocket. A family can rest easier. Any criminal off of our streets who committed a homicide over 25 years ago. And with that, I would like to conclude today's digital press conference. And lastly, those public individuals watching, listen to all the information provided here. Listen to the voices of the family. Allow it to stir within you to submit an information via a tip, safely, securely, and anonymously to First Coast Crime Stoppers. If you have any questions, please call 1-866-845-TIPS, and our call center will be more than happy to direct you to where the best method for you to submit a tip is. We accept images, videos, audio files, anything to support investigators in finding the person or persons who committed this heinous act. Thank you for your attention this morning, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.